Hello and welcome back to Ashton United TV. I'm joined by manager Michael Clegg for a very special interview. Michael, how are you doing?
I'm good, mate. Thanks. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. What have you and the squad been up to during this lockdown? How have you been keeping fit and making sure you're ready for the season when it does resume?
To be honest, I kind of leave all that to James Eachus. I'm still involved with it, but he sets them the targets, and we have a group where, like a Strava group, where we can record everything that gets done. So they've just been set weekly challenges to get the times in and the scores into that, and then Mike Brewster's led like Zoom hit sessions as well. Something he's quite keen on, so we let him lead that. So spirits seem really high. It's obviously hard for the lads at the moment. You know, they're constantly asking questions what you don't have answers to, and unfortunately that just seems to be the norm at the moment.
Yeah, it does indeed. How difficult has it been for you to communicate with the squad? Obviously, because no one can really see each other and it is all online at the moment.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I part of my role as a manager at the club, I always check in with lads anyway, even when we play and when we're not playing. I'll always make sure I give individuals a ring once every couple of weeks, and sometimes talk about everything but football and just see how they are in general. So I've not stopped that kind of thing. And like I just said, it's just they're asking questions what no one's got any answers to, like, you know, the basics what everyone's asking, and I think that's been the hardest part for me, just the clarity around it, and but at the same time, it's a scary time for people away from football, jobs and families and family members being ill and all that kind of stuff. So there's just been loads going on. It's been a bit of a whirlwind, to be honest.
Yeah. Obviously, before the lockdown, the squad was ravished with injuries and suspensions. First of all, how difficult was that to deal with as a manager? And secondly, what shape is the squad in now?
It was horrific, Tom. I've been managing. People think obviously I only managed at Everton Coles before Ashton, but I was at Everton LR, a couple of the Manchester teams at Everton Town and Pennington, and I'd never quite experienced anything like it. So it was hard. It was tough because I'm normally a very positive person, and you just couldn't really see much light at the end of the tunnel because the situation you were in, you knew a good bulk of your players were missing 3 or 4 games, but you couldn't really bring people in because you knew them lads who come back are the lads who you want. You know, they're the lads who'll run through walls for you, so you didn't really want to replace any. And as probably any manager would have done in my situation, you just try and do the best you can with it. That unfortunately wasn't good enough for us, and after the good solid start we had, and you just didn't see it coming, and I think that's what kind of knocked us for six more than anything. So it was tough, but now we're absolutely buzzing. We've got all our lads back, barring Shez, Shez has got a bit of a strange injury at the moment. We're not sure if it's a bit of a fracture in his foot, so he can still run, but striking a ball's what's giving Shez a tough time. And obviously, what people should know, and I know Shez likes to keep quiet, he played through that them last few games and probably made it worse, going above and beyond for the team, which says a lot about Shez. And you know, I feel a bit sorry for him because kind of he's gone above and beyond, and it's kind of him who's getting punished for it now because he's just not going to be fit to play games. And certainly in the next couple of weeks, we're hoping getting fit by Christmas, but we're just not sure what it is yet.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Bar the injuries, what would you say has been your biggest challenge since the resumption of football?
It's been what I've learned a lot about myself in this time, and especially my staff group as well, that we're just creatures of habit. We normally, everything's in line. We know exactly what everyone's doing at any given time, and I think we've kind of had to freestyle every now and again. And Tom, when I'm saying this, I mean every management group in our league has,
Yeah.
you know, and to be honest, I've just not found that easy. You know, because you've got to remember we started games, had a bad run, off with COVID, came back, now we're off. And it's been crazy. And, you know, I've got managers in kind of all the leagues who are friends in all the non-league leagues, and we're all in the same boat. It's you can only focus on the next game. And that's from now on in, that's what we're going to do. We're not going to plan ahead. It's just focus on the next game. Once that's done, focus on the one after, because at this moment in time, that's all we can do.
Yeah, definitely. Ashton have been drawn against South Shields in the FA Trophy. It'll be the third time we play them this season. What are your thoughts on that cup draw?
It tends to happen like that, doesn't it? You know, when I was at Abbott Collieries, we just seem to go through a little spell of drawing Radcliffe in every single cup over the course of 18 months, and that's kind of what's happened with South Shields. Listen, it's a tough draw, but I think what we can take off the last two games is, one, we was very, very unlucky. The second one, we tried something different, tried to be brave, but then on the back of it looked like we were trying to be over defensive when that wasn't the case. So I think if anything, they're such a good side that it might be the best time to get them. They've been off like we have for 4 weeks as well. And so, listen, they're a good side, but they'll see chinks in our armour. We've seen that in theirs from the couple of games we've played, and we want to get back running now. There's a real hunger and desire from our group now to get going, and we've wasted time, and we want to get back at it and back at it quickly. There's a group of hungry lads that are dying to do well.
Yeah, that's what we want to hear. It's almost been a year to the day since you were appointed Ashton United manager. Try and sum up your experience so far.
Frustrating, you know. I've loved it. I've loved all the people there, the chairman, the volunteers, Andy Finnegan, Carol. You know, I've loved it. You know, and then what people forget is early doors. We played the first game at Baseford, and then I think we went without a game for nearly 3 weeks. Then, weren't it?
Yeah, it was 3 weeks.
And then so it's just been so stop-start. You know. And like I say, I've been in charge now for nearly a year, and it just doesn't feel that. I still go to Ashton feeling brand new. And I just want to get my teeth into it, get a run of games. So I think we saw last year that when we did that and we could get in our momentum, we were really hard to stop. So it's been a frustrating year, but at the same time, you know, I'm really proud to be Ashton manager, and we want to give everyone a team to be proud of. And it's just been a crazy, crazy year in terms of what's gone on, and I don't think we'll ever do this again. I mean, I don't even know how many games I've been in charge, Tom, in 12 months. It can't be more than 25 competitive ones, surely.
No, something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe about 20, I think.
Yeah, that's what
something
I mean.
Like
so
that, yeah.
Over the course of 12 months, it's like just, a game and a half a month. So when you look at it like that, I do feel like the club's not got to see the best of me and my teams, because we've kind of been stopped every time we've got going for one way or another. But you know that the thing what we'll keep doing is we'll keep working damn hard to get everything right on the pitch, and after the positive few games we had at the start of the season, we just didn't see what was coming, but we're just so desperate to get back on that training pitch together and get things right, because I think that's kind of been the old vision of the club. Everyone's seen them lads sat in the stands on a Saturday, and you've been like, if they were playing, this just wouldn't be like this. And I think other managers know that. So if you've seen Ashton coming up over the last few weeks, they're kind of rubbing their hands together, thinking what a great time to play them. And they took full advantage of that. And that's football. And like you said, we've got a great group there. So we just want to get cracking.
Yeah, definitely. Looking at the whole year, what would you say has been your proudest moment as Ashton United manager?
Well, a lot of people and you guys and some of the players look at that Stafford game. But the one that all sticks in the back of my head where I thought, you know what, it's coming together here. There was a couple. It was the Lancaster 1-0 and the Scarborough at home 2-0. And it was, and then probably the biggest kind of sigh of relief was when we beat Mickleover 3-1. And that would have been our last game, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that was the last game, yeah.
But then we had a couple of games in hand on them above us, and I thought, you know what, we're going to take some stopping here on the running, because we were flying. And then it just all that got dragged under your feet, and again, we're where we are here, like more frustrated than anything else. And we're no different to anyone else, Tom. You know, you'll have teams this year who've started off well, who'll be thinking, we was on fire and it's been pulled from us. Or you've had teams like us who've not started well, and it's a chance to regroup, reiterate some standards, maybe have a tinker here and there. And so I think this this 4-week break will do good and bad for different clubs. I'm hoping it does good for us.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Looking forward to the rest of the season. What are your aims and expectations?
Same as ever. It's to be better than we was last year. It's to get a team on the pitch and want to gain some momentum. We do want to be a side where you come and you know our team, and you know our team because it's been successful, and we're in at the moment. We've not been able to do that. I mean, with different formation, different players, and we just want to get on the pitch, get an 11 on the pitch, and get them into some momentum and get playing a brand of football. So we have an identity and we know what we want that to be, and hopefully from next Tuesday we can put that into place because we've got everyone fit who we want fit, barring Shez, and we can have a real good go at it, and we can be organised and we can be familiar with each other, and we'll all have set roles and responsibilities, and that's something that's just been tough over the last 8 weeks.
Yeah. Finally, do you have a message for the fans?
Yeah, we just can't wait to see you all down at Earls from next week, not next week, the week after, and hopefully start churning out some decent performances, because it's not been a great last month of football for us, but we know that everyone knew the situation we're in, and I'm almost 100% sure it won't carry on like that with the lads we've got. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing everyone, and hopefully all get together before Christmas and what have you. It'll be nice.
Yeah, sounds perfect. Thank you for that, Michael.
Cheers, Tom. Thank you.